Okay, y'all, so today I'm going to post two videos. This one is not really about a dream or anything. It's about, how do I put it? Okay, I'm going to use the phrase so much to do and so little time, which is how I've been feeling lately. I have, tons of stuff going on in my life, as does everyone else. And I'm just going to say it from like a mom's perspective. I homeschool. I am a wife, so there's tons of stuff that comes along with being a wife and being a mom and being at home. There's just so much to do. I have been feeling like for weeks that I just have so much going on and I don't even know how to fit it into the day. And that's a mindset that we all have when you're quite busy. And so I will start to do something and then I'm like, oh, I'll just have to get to that tomorrow. Sorry, my husband's using the saw in the garage, if you hear that noise. And then on top of all of that, I have also been trying to do self-improvement in different categories of my life that I've been asking for God's help. So in an old video, I shared that, I think it's called Don't Forget to Love Yourself or something like that, where I talked about just kind of accepting things about you that you didn't like. Like for me, I talked about how I hate wearing makeup, but I wear it all the time because I'm always wanting to look okay or not have people be like, oh, look, why are her cheeks so red? Because I have rosacea. Anyways, if you're interested in that video, you can go watch it. But also I said in that video that I had been trying to manage my weight for my whole life. And I'm at that point where I'm like, okay, God, I need your help with this again, because I've fluctuated all the time. And I remember one day I was like, God, please help me, just heal me of this weight thing, right? And I heard, I'll help you if you help you. So you can't just ask God to help you with something. Now, don't get me wrong, there are miraculous healings, right? But in ways that we were not taking care of ourselves or neglecting our health, things like that. And I can't just sit there and not change my bad habits and still expect God to do something for me while I'm still doing bad habits. Like my favorite chips are like flaming hot LeBron chips, y'all. But I can't sit there and keep eating those and expect God to help me lose weight. Does that make sense? So in this time that I've been, going for walks in the morning, I wasn't really consistent with it. And trying to go to the gym, that's a new thing, which is why I have this little zit right here, because I did something. I went somewhere with the kids where I had like an appointment and I had makeup on. And then when I got home, I was like, let's go to the gym. So I made the mistake of not washing my face first. So wash your face before you go to the gym. Anyways, so the whole point of that is I kept putting off things like, okay, well, I'll just do that tomorrow. And then that kept getting put off and that kept getting put off. And eventually that got into my spiritual life, where I would read the Bible, but I wouldn't spend as much time as I was before. And I would be like, okay, let me get in my journal and let me see if there's something I need to talk about that God's bringing to the forefront, which there was. And I was like, okay, I'll get to that tomorrow. I'll do this. And God is so patient and so loving and so like, I can't even explain it. Like just so, what is the word? I can't think of it. Like he's not rushing me, if that makes sense. That's what I was trying to get at. There's no other word for that. He is not rushing me to do these things. He's patient with me because he knows my mind and what I'm doing and how I'm getting flustered. He's trying to like get my attention. And that is where I want to get to something really cool that happened. So on Monday, I was at the store, I was at Walmart, and I was buying a couple things for the kids because they were getting ready to start Vacation Bible School that day. And I was off wandering, looking at some school stuff, and my husband was off looking at whatever. I didn't know what he was looking at. I just thought, where did he go? He turned the corner and I didn't see him. Now he comes walking up to me and he said, hey, look at this shirt. And it says, taken care of business, okay? And the bottom has a verse, and it's Colossians 3, 23, okay? But I'm gonna read it, and it says, whatever you do, work it with all your heart as working for the Lord. And that's kind of what you got to put your mind into. Like, okay, everything I'm doing, all my tasks for the day, let me do it like I'm working for God. Because He will find a way to restructure your life so that you have more self-discipline. And I'm going to get into that because something absolutely cool happened that has to do with this shirt. So in restructuring my life, I'm getting up earlier than I used to because I need more time in the day. But I thought about, okay, wait, I'm sleeping till this time. Let me get up earlier. Now that is not a quick fix. Okay. That is something that I have to I'm trying to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, but I had to slowly transition. Like I started getting up at 7, and then I started getting up at, 6:30, and then 6, and then now I'm naturally waking up at 5, but I don't have the energy to actually get out of that bed. I roll over, I'm like, oh, let me have like 45 more minutes. So I know I want more time, and I know I want to have a more like strict schedule, and I want to do those things, and God is literally making it possible. I mean, I'm literally waking up at 5 o'clock on the dot, what I wanted to, but I need to push myself. That's where the self-discipline comes. So God is giving me what I want. I'm lacking self-discipline to get up at that time. And it's really hot here. And when I walk in the morning, I'm trying to do these prayer walk things. And when I walk in the morning, I want to go when it's cool because it's so hot here. Anyways, so summing all that up, I was needing some encouragement from God today, and I just work differently than most with their devotionals, right? If I feel like God's trying to tell me something, I will just go to whatever I think. Like, God, what are you trying to tell me, right? So today is the 2nd of August, obviously, but I opened up to December 3rd on this devotional that I got as a gift at one of the church breakfast thing that they had for ladies. And it says, I hear you when you say you don't have enough time to do everything. To do everything you think you must get done. Would you like to know the truth of the matter? I'll tell you if you listen. You've been afraid of self-denial, of saying no to yourself. You're afraid of not being appreciated, of disappointing someone. You're afraid of failure, of being unimportant, of being outdone. The problem is not the lack of time. It's lack of discipline. There are enough hours in the day. I'm here to give you a heavenly boost and a divine nudge to help you recognize your need for discipline and sustained dedication to a task. My brain, like, I'll start something and I go and do something else. Like, that's just, I can't. I need to stay focused. Anyways, it says your need for discipline and sustained I read that already. Okay, the next sentence was, I never give you more than you can handle. There's nothing to fear. I've given you the ability to do all things well. And I read it and I'm like, oh man, that really fits with what I'm dealing with. But y'all, the Bible verse that they give here at the bottom is literally the one that's on the shirt that my husband brought to me on Monday. And it says, whatever you do, do your work heartily as for the Lord rather than for men. It's just a different version. This is a New American Standard Version, and the one on the shirt I believe is maybe New International. I have no idea, but they didn't put it on the shirt. But it's just a different version of the same verse from the Bible, and you can't tell me that God wasn't answering some of my questions with this shirt. I mean, listen, I read it and I was like, oh, that's cool. Do your work like the Lord. And I thought in my head, like, I really need to get my life together and start managing my time. But the next thing I thought in my head was, oh, let me buy one of these shirts for the kids. And so my son wore it to church for VBS, and I bought one for myself and one for my husband and one for my daughter. And I have 2 adult kids, and you know, they're not here for me to just give them a shirt to wear. They're just going to be like, what are you doing? So I have to respect their style. So I didn't buy them one, but if they want one, I can go grab one at Walmart, you know. But anyways, I just wanted to share that, because if you feel like you have so much to do and so little time, ask God to help you manage that better. And the verse, it was Colossians 3:23. Read that, meditate on that, pray on that, ask God to show you how to rearrange your life to get the things done on the moments in time that you're feeling like you just cannot get things completed. So that is the end of this little quick testimony, message, whatever. It helps me, so I hope it helps you. Always find the light, guys. Bye.